What's up, everyone? Name Crew here, talking DraftKings, talking Week 13. So if you're bumped out of the playoffs, why not try a little DraftKings? Or if you're in your playoffs, it means you're decent at fantasy. So go ahead and play some DraftKings, but you got to be in it to win it. Click on the link in the description or the card. Follow all the stuff we got on there. Deposit some money, draft some players, play some games, win some cash. All right, last week worked out okay. Running backs did all right with us. So this week, I'm doing a little bit different. It just kind of happened naturally. I'm doing something that's called stacking. So stacking is when you take a couple players from the same team or in the same game and kind of stack them up. And then, so that's your core, and then you go with some studs around them. So you'll see what I mean as I go through one by one. The first guy, I'm only talking about one Denver player, and that's Booker. The running back for Denver, I find it interesting how far he's dropped, right? He had a couple weeks where he wasn't getting as many carries. I thought he was going to lose the job. So they kept dropping him in price, but he had the touches last week, and he's only 5,100 playing Jacksonville. I kind of like that matchup. He's a great 50-50 play. Next, I'm doubling down with Hyde, liked what he did last week. So Hyde, the 49ers are playing Chicago. Hyde's, a decent value. He's only $5,300. It should have gone up a little bit more. He's still getting the volume. I've used Hyde a ton, and it seems every time I've used him, he's hit. So hopefully he hits again. Again, I like the matchup with Chicago. All right, moving on to those wide receivers. I'm going to talk about Hill. We talked about him. Dustin had him in his ranking show, and for good reason. He's 4,600, playing Atlanta. Atlanta is no good against pass defense, and he had 13 targets last week, or he had 10 last week. 2 games ago, he had 13. They're using Hill. 46, they should have priced adjust, and you're going to see I'm going to talk about KC Atlanta game coming up. But talked about Hyde, going to talk about a guy in Chicago now. Going to talk about Wilson, $4,000 playing San Francisco. He had 11 targets last week, and I think he's going to have the same quarterback. I think he's going to get 8-9 targets again. $4,000, you cannot beat that. Remember, DraftKings is PPR. Moving on to quarterback, got Alex Smith, 5,400 playing Atlanta. Atlanta yields the most points to fantasy quarterbacks. Like Alex Smith, he's not a great quarterback. Can he put up decent numbers? He sure can. And the tight end he's going to throw to, Kelsey is my tight end, 4,700, also playing Atlanta. I would not be shocked to see Smith and Kelsey hook up for 1, even 2 touchdowns. Therefore, I like stacking them. That's kind of the stack. And if I go Smith, Kelsey, Hill, I think it's an interesting stack, and then go studs the rest of the way because they're all decent values. As far as defense go, going Ravens against the Finns, talked about it. They're going to, in the ranking show, they'll get some sacks. They're going to do all right. $3,000. Good luck this week.